Must be the one that made it through.
God's gonna trouble the water, way in the water, way in the water, children, way in the water. God's gonna trouble the water.
Who are those children all dressed in white?
God's gonna trouble the water.
Must be the children of Israelite.
God's gonna trouble the water. Way in the water. Way in the water. Children, way in the water. God's gonna trouble the water.
rang out at Fort Sumter in April of 1861. The war lasted from 1861 to 1865, and more than 625,000 Americans died. On January 31st, 1865, the United States Constitution abolished slavery and involuntary servitude, and more than 4 million slaves were freed.
Took away the drum. That's how the blues just come. Took away the drum. That's how the blues just come. Ain't no drum in South America. Ain't no blues in South America. Ain't no blues in the Caribbean Sea. Only drum in America. Took away the drum from me. Took away the drum. That's how the blues is come. Took away the drum, took away the drum. That's how the blues is come. That's how the blues is come. Took away the drum. That's how the blues did come. That's how the blues did come. Sometimes people have something you have to believe in. Because the slaves, they took everything from them. All they brought over was their voice. That's what I call black of tongue. I call blues the holy howl. It's pre-words. It's a holy howl from the millions of slaves in the bottom of the middle passage who had no voice, who had no history, and they say, remember me. And through blues, they all remember. Think about it. Blues spawned rhythm and blues, spawned rock and roll, spawned hip hop. $1 billion business based on a blues. That's profound. From people in the South who could not read and could not write. If you think that's not America or America miraculous, then I don't know what else is. No blues, no Elvis Presley. No blues, no Beatles. No blues, no Motown. No blues, nothing. No blues, no hip hop. No blues, none of that. A $12 billion business. Yet, you look at the Grammys. Grammys stop dissing your mammy, which is the blues. Grammys stop dissing your mammy. They never show blues on the Grammys or jazz. There's always an ending credits. What kind of madness is that? With blues, it wouldn't be none of this stuff. So this song is about our blues, which I call Blues is Our Wailing Wall. Blues is my wailing wall. Blues is my wailing wall. Blues is my wailing wall. I hear it call to me, I hear it call. When a righteous Jew goes to Israel, they go to the wailing wall. I got a wall of sound so profound, I can always hear it call.
American female to enlist in the United States Army was I. On November the 15th, 1886, Kathy Williams became the first African American female to enlist and serve in the United States Army. Kathy Williams had to pretend to be a man to enlist into the United States Army. She went by the name of William Kathy Flipped and enlisted. Due to her being frequently hospitalized due to the strain and smallpox, the post-surgeon discovered that Kathy Williams was a woman. This information to the post commander on October the 14th, 1868. Captain Charles Clark discharged her honorably from the military. Though other women who disguised themselves as men were previously granted military pensions, Molly Pincher and Deborah Sampson. Kathy Williams was never approved to receive a pension or disability, even though she suffered from diabetes, had all her toes amputated, and could only walk with a crutch. Over 400 William posted as male soldiers during the Civil War. Most enlisted with their husbands, brothers, and other family members. However, it is unknown if any other woman served in the military during the Indian War like Kathy Williams. Kathy Williams was born in Independence, Missouri in September of 1842. Her mother was a slave and her father was a free man of color. During her 2-year stint in the military, Kathy Williams primarily did regular garrison duties, and there was no documentation records that can verify that she saw an actual combat. Kathy Williams' life after the military and after she died, afterwards she was denied a pension and primarily unknown. And most scholars think she died somewhere between 1892 and the 1900s. Remember, Kathy Williams, a.k.a. William Kathy.
On this 18th day of May, 1896, in the case of Plessy versus Ferguson, the United States Supreme Court hereby upholds the constitutionality of state laws requiring racial segregation in public facilities under the doctrine of separate but equal. In so doing, the court hereby rejects Plessy's arguments that the doctrine of separate but equal denies equal protection of the laws as guaranteed by the 14th Amendment.
Hello. Good morning, afternoon. My name is Mary McLeod Bethune. And in 1935, I founded the National Council of Negro Women. Now, I was born Mary Jane McLeod, July 10, 1865. I was the 15th of 17 children. My parents were freed slaves who purchased their farm after slavery. Now, I wanted, my parents taught me that anything that you want in this life, you got to work hard for it. Now, I wanted an education. And I was the first in my family to go to school. But education in Maysville was very, very limited. So I had to go to finish in South Carolina. See, my dream was to become a missionary and go to Africa. Only to discover that after graduation, they told me that there were no Negro missionaries in Africa. Can you imagine that? No Negro missionaries in Africa. Well, it just must have been all part of God's plan. So I went on and started teaching throughout the South. And that's how I met my husband, Albertus Bethune. And we married, and through that union, we had one son, Albert Bethune. Well, you know how life goes. We departed and went our separate ways.